Expand your vocabulary with our core 2,000 words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free German ebook before it's gone.
Yay! Hi, it's Elisa. Welcome to a new video lesson. 10 lines you need to know for introducing yourself. Let's begin. Mein Name ist Alisa. My name is Elisa. Mein Name ist Alisa. What's your name? Was ist dein Name? Hallo, es ist schön, Sie kennenzulernen. Hello, it's nice to meet you. Hallo, es ist schön, Sie kennenzulernen. Hello, it is nice to meet you. As in English, when you introduce yourself and you meet somebody for the first time, you just add, of course, es ist schön, Sie kennenzulernen. It is nice to meet you. Eines meiner Hobbys ist, mit meinem Hund spazieren zu gehen. One of my hobbies is to walk my dog. Eines meiner Hobbys ist, mit meinem Hund spazieren zu gehen. One of my hobbies is to walk my dog. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know that I have a dog, a German Shepherd, and I actually love to go on a walk with him and play with his ball. He loves it. Yeah, what is your hobby? Ich bin Jahre alt. I am years old. Ich bin Jahre alt. I am ... years old. Wie alt bist du? How old are you? Ich bin Grafik- und Textildesignerin. I'm a graphic and textile designer. Ich bin is used for many things. It's something you should definitely learn and memorize because it's for almost everything. Ich bin hungrig, I'm hungry. So ich bin in this case is referred to your profession. So please tell me, what do you do? Ich komme aus Deutschland. I am from Germany. Ich komme aus Deutschland. I'm from Germany. Woher kommst du? Where are you from? Leave me in the comments. Ich höre gerne Musik. I enjoy listening to music. Ich höre gerne Musik. I enjoy listening to music. What is your favorite kind of music? Was ist deine Lieblingsmusik? Ich lebe in ... I live in blank. Ich lebe in ... I live in blank. Ich lebe in Köln. I live in Cologne. I used to live there, now I don't, but Cologne is a very fun city. If you have a chance, go visit. Yeah, where do you live? Wo lebst du? Leave in the comments. Ich lerne seit ... Jahren Deutsch. I've been learning German for ... years. Ich lerne seit ... Deutsch. I've been learning German for blank. Obviously, I grew up talking German. Ich lerne Deutsch auf germanpod101.com. I'm learning German at germanpod101.com. Ich lerne Deutsch auf germanpod101.com. I'm learning German at germanpod101.com. How long have you been learning German with germanpod101.com? Thank you for watching the top 10 lines you need to know for introducing yourself. Please don't forget to subscribe and leave me in the comments what was your favorite line. Bye! Back to the basics. Mein Name ist Alisa. My name is Elisa. So that is a very important sentence you need to know. Okay, that was so not funny.
Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Henrik. Welcome to a new episode of GermanPod101.com. As today it's the 30th birthday of my brother, I thought let's put a topic that suits today, and today we're going on about top 10 gifts you must know in German. Let's go and have fun. By the way, this is the party room. We're going to have the party tonight. So right at the spot, we're going to finish up the lesson and then I'm going to change and Hit the dance floor, right? Okay, as I'm a nice person, let's start with the easy one. Laptop. Laptop. Same word German, same word English. Ich habe einen neuen Laptop gekauft. I bought a new laptop computer. Yeah, laptops are very useful. I use laptops to prepare my lessons for you guys. Yeah, I think today, either for school, for work, everywhere you need a laptop. So a laptop is always a good present, especially when you're still going to school and you probably also want to use it for gaming or making music or whatever. It's nice to have a laptop. Very good laptops, very expensive, but you know that, right? The good part of this word, it's the same in English as it's in German, so very easy to remember. Laptop. Laptop. Parfüm. Perfume. Dieses Parfüm riecht echt gut. This perfume smells really good. I guess, yeah, this is a very good present for your girlfriend or for your mom or just for any female person. But don't be so stereotypical. Also, men like to have a good smell. So maybe try for your daddy's next birthday to give him a perfume. Could be surprised. By the way, my favorite one is the Giorgio Armani perfume. Very good smell. Buch. Book. Ich lese gerade ein gutes Buch. I'm reading a good book at the moment. I don't know if you like to read. I do sometimes. I'm just a bit lazy because I'm so slow reading. But right now I actually do read a book. My favorite author is Ken Follett. I don't know if you've heard about him. Does really good history-based romance. You should try it. Ken Follett, good author. My favorite. Weltkarte. World map. Ich mag es, auf der Weltkarte zu stöbern. I like to browse around the world map. Indeed, I love it. World maps are so cool. You can just dream of all the places you want to go, and I don't know, South America seems so close to Europe, or even Australia is not that far away, and I just like to look at it and imagine what happens in this part of the world. So, if you were looking for a present for me, a world map would be a good choice. Kamera. Camera. Kannst du mir vielleicht heute deine Kamera ausleihen? Could you lend me your camera today? Yeah, also very easy one, camera, almost the same thing. But if you want to give a camera as a present, I think it should be a really good one, because instead of giving a crappy one, you should give what I'm telling you next. Smartphone. Smartphone. Es gibt viel zu viele verschiedene Smartphone-Modelle. There are too many types of smartphones. Indeed, there are a lot, and I just recently ordered a new one. It didn't arrive yet, so you still got my old crappy smartphone videos. But yeah, I didn't know how to choose. The choice is too big. But instead of giving a crappy camera, just give a legit smartphone, and I think you should be good, because everybody knows today smartphone cameras are pretty nice. So yeah, that's the cool thing. I mean, the choice of smartphones is huge, but also there are many really good ones. So you don't need to give crappy cameras anymore. If somebody really appreciates photographs, give them a very nice camera, but other than that, smartphone might be the better choice. Lexikon, Dictionary. Ich habe ein Englisch-Französisch Lexikon. I have an English-French dictionary. Honestly, I don't know if a dictionary is really the best present. Maybe for the nerds. If there are nerds, yeah, give them dictionaries. Just dictionaries about stuff. I actually do have a French-English dictionary, so maybe I'm a nerd. I mean, I do videos and stuff. No, that's my best gift idea for the day. Ein Freiflug nach Deutschland. A free flight to Germany. Sie hat einen Freiflug nach Deutschland in der Lotterie gewonnen. She won a free flight to Germany in the lottery. Yeah, you must be really lucky to win it in the lottery, so that's why I'm telling you it's a very good gift idea, okay? If you have parents watching and you have kids and you want to be a very good parent and give a very nice present, give them a free flight to Germany so that they could learn German right on the spot. Another very good one. Schokolade, chocolate. Kinder lieben Schokolade. Children love chocolate. Yeah, that's true, so want to make a kid happy? Just give him some chocolates. I personally prefer more the gum stuff, but chocolate is good. Tea. Tea. Der Tee war mir einfach zu bitter. The tea was just too bitter. Yeah, my sister, she loves tea. I actually gave her tea for her birthday once. If you're coming from England, then you could give some nice cups of tea. They have good tea in England. Sorry for that. No, but yeah, I mean, there are people who love tea. I'm not a coffee person, but my sister, she loves tea, so I gave her tea for her birthday. Yeah, but yeah, if you have little kids, you better stick to chocolate. I hope in this lesson today you get some good ideas for presents or for gifts. If not, I hope that at least you picked up some German. I'm looking forward for the party today. I need to still prepare some stuff here. I don't know if you've noticed, it looks quite nice, right? But there's stuff to do. So, I wish you a good day. If you like what you saw, subscribe to the channel. You can learn much more German and then probably you also might get ideas for much more presents. That's it for today. My brother arrives with a motorcycle, so ciao ciao. See you next time. Party, party.
Guten Tag, ist das hier die Anmeldung?
Ja? Wie heißen Sie?
Paul Martins.
P-O-H...
Nein, P-A-U-L, Paul. Paul auf Deutsch.
Aha. Und der Nachname?
M-A-R-T-E-N-S.
Danke. Herr Cardigan, Sie sind sicher Amerikaner, oder?
Nein, ich komme aus Kanada.
Oh, Entschuldigung.
Es ist schon okay. Ich wohne in Washington.
Und Sie kommen aus Kanada?
Ja, ich komme aus Calgary. Und Sie, Frau Löwen?
Ich bin Deutsche.
Kommen Sie aus Berlin?
Nein, ich komme nicht aus Berlin. Ich wohne und arbeite in Berlin, aber ich komme aus Leipzig. Herr Cardigan...
Bitte nennen Sie mich nur Joe.
Also gut. Ich bin Anke. Joe, kommst du als Tourist nach Berlin oder beruflich?
Als Tourist.
Und wie lange bleibst du?
Ich bleibe 2 Wochen. Entschuldigung,
Ja,
ich suche die Goethe-Schule.
die Goethe-Schule.
Ja,
Ich suche die auch.
Hallo, Herr Martins, willkommen.
hallo. Wie geht es Ihnen, Frau Schneider? How do...
Mir geht es gut, danke. Und Ihnen?
Auch gut, danke.
Sind Sie müde?
Nicht sehr müde. Nein.
Sehr gut.
Hi, my name is Elisa. Welcome to 10 Reasons to Learn German. Es ist eine schöne Sprache. It's a beautiful language. Es ist eine schöne Sprache. It's a beautiful language. I'm sure that's one of the reasons why you are learning German as well. Ich lebe in dem Land, wo die Sprache gesprochen wird. I live in a country that speaks the language. Ich lebe in dem Land, wo die Sprache gesprochen wird. I live in a country that speaks the language. If you come to Germany and want to learn German and study German, I mean, since you are in Germany, it would be, of course, easier to get around, even in the supermarket or just different kind of things like getting on the bus, on the train, and finding your way. It's all in German, so it's a good reason to learn German. Ich lerne die Sprache, jemanden damit zu beeindrucken. I'm learning the language to impress someone. Ich lerne die Sprache, jemanden damit zu beeindrucken. I'm learning the language to impress someone. To be honest, I don't think that's a good reason because you should impress yourself. You should do it for yourself, not for anybody. And it's your own challenge. And, I always have these little challenges I do. And if I overcome them, I'm happy. Ich liebe die Kultur und Menschen, die diese Sprache sprechen. I love the culture and the people who speak the language. Ich liebe die Kultur und Menschen, die diese Sprache sprechen. I love the culture and the people who speak the language. Well, who doesn't love Germans, right? And Germany, it's a beautiful country. The people are really friendly and nice. And if you have questions, they'll always help you. Ich liebe es einfach, Sprachen zu lernen. I just love learning languages. Ich liebe es einfach, Sprachen zu lernen. I just love learning languages. Yeah, some people are really talented with languages and they want to learn more. They enjoy studying different languages. Ich liebe es zu reisen. I love traveling. Ich liebe es zu reisen. I love traveling. Yeah, I think that's very important actually. When you travel, you should definitely know a little bit of the language or the country you're traveling to. I just think it's nice to know the basics if you travel to Germany. Germans mostly, of course, speak English, but I think they're also happy to see if somebody is kind of really trying and it just puts a smile on their faces. Ich möchte meine Lieblingssongs, Filme und TV-Sendungen verstehen. I want to understand my favorite songs, movies and TV shows. The younger generation is really getting into movies, especially in Berlin, and there's a lot of movies and dramas and TV shows, and of course, in order to understand, I think it's important to learn German. It's also a good way to learn German, I think, if you are learning German, to watch the movies and TV shows in German. Ich möchte meinen Horizont erweitern und internationaler werden. I want to open my mind and become more international. Ich möchte meinen Horizont erweitern und internationaler werden. I want to open my mind and become more international. I think this is my favorite reason. I think too that it's so important to be aware of the whole world, the different cultures we have, and become more like a international person. And I think if you learn a language, you also kind of learn a lot about the culture and the way people live. And if you want to open up your mind more in your way of thinking, I think it's very important to learn a new language. Ich möchte mich gerne mit der Familie meines Partners auf ihrer Sprache unterhalten. I want to speak to my partner's family in their language. You might be dating a German but you're from another country, so of course you get interested in the culture and the language. I think that's a normal thing, and in order to speak with their family or spend time on certain holidays, it's important to know their language. And if that's a reason, let me know. I'm curious if you're maybe dating a German and that's why you're actually studying German. Meine Familie kommt aus der Umgebung, wo die Sprache gesprochen wird. My family comes from a place where the language is spoken. Meine Familie kommt aus der Umgebung, wo die Sprache gesprochen wird. My family comes from a place where the language is spoken. I have some friends too who are part German, but they grew up in the States maybe, and they don't know any German, so they're interested in the country and culture, so that's the reason why they study German. What is your reason for studying German? I would love to know. Maybe it's another totally different reason, or maybe it was one of the reasons I just stated. Let me know. I'm curious, and hope to see you soon. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye. German.
Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Henrik. Welcome to a new episode of GermanPod101.com. Today I have a very cool lesson for you, very interesting, very important. I'll teach you top 10 phrases you'll need to go on a date. So, if you've ever thought on maybe going out on a date with a German, this might be very interesting stuff for you. Let's go. Möchtest du mit mir Abendessen gehen? Would you like to go out to dinner with me? Möchtest du mit mir Abendessen gehen? Would you like to go out to dinner with me? So yeah, classic question for a first date. If you're not sure what you want to do with a person, really just spend time with her, getting to talk, to know more about each other. That's the classic, going out for dinner. So you can ask, hey, would you like to go get dinner with me? Möchtest du mit mir Abendessen gehen? The most classic question probably for a first date, huh? Hast du dieses Wochenende Zeit? Are you free this weekend? Hast du dieses Wochenende Zeit? Are you free this weekend? So, after you finished your first date probably and it's been nice, you can go a step forward and ask, hey, let's meet this weekend. I don't know, do some fun activity out in the woods or go shopping, whatever. But First, you need to know, is this person free on the weekend? So you should ask, hey, are you free this weekend? Hast du dieses Wochenende Zeit? Möchtest du mit mir Zeit verbringen? Would you like to hang out with me? Möchtest du mit mir Zeit verbringen? Would you like to hang out with me? Yeah, this is just really general. Also, probably if you don't know the person as well, as much, and you just want to figure out, hey, is this person interested in hanging out with me? You could ask, you want to spend time with me? Möchtest du mit mir Zeit verbringen? Or if you want to make it sound a little bit more slangy, you should ask, möchtest du mit mir abhängen? Like, really literally, you want to hang out with me? Abhängen is hang out. So, yeah, either way, the more classy is like, möchtest du mit mir Zeit verbringen? Or just like a little bit more cool, hey, möchtest du mit mir abhängen? Also probably depends on the age. If you're rather in your 30s, 40s upwards, you would probably ask for some time, for the Zeit. Whereas when you're a teenager, just play it cool, say, möchtest du mit mir abhängen? Du bist so süß. You are so cute. Du bist so süß. You're so cute. It's a nice compliment for if like you're dating, having a date with a cute person and I don't know, you're really having fun, then you can just like let this slip. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. Like, oh, du bist so süß. It's nice. It works both for boy to girl, girl to boy. Both can be cute. Du siehst gut aus. You look great. Du siehst gut aus. You look great. Yeah, this is what you say when you meet the person to go on the date, and probably most person will dress up a little bit, like put some makeup on, put the high heels on, like in the Sia song, right? And then yeah, to appreciate all the effort the person does to look pretty, just give him a compliment. Hey, wow, you look great. Du siehst gut aus. They will appreciate. Das war ein toller Abend. That was a great evening. Das war ein toller Abend. That was a great night. Apparently, you don't say this in the beginning of the evening, you said it in the end of the evening. And if you enjoyed your time, just let the person know. I always like to hear that people enjoyed the time with me when I'm on a date or when I just spend time with friends. And then in the end, I say, hey, whoa, that was a cool night. And everybody knows, hey, cool, we had a good time. So, why not just sing it? Ich werde dich nach Hause fahren. I will drive you home. Ich werde dich nach Hause fahren. I will drive you home. Yeah, if you're a gentleman, you should do this, or a gentle lady, if you're the driver for the night. Just offer, yeah, bring you home. Germany is a safe country, so we have nice public transport. But of course, if you're on a date, you wanna show, hey, whoa, I'm a gentleman, or I'm a nice lady. I'll drive you home. I drive you home to make it easier for you. Wann sollen wir uns morgen treffen? What time shall we meet tomorrow? Wann sollen wir uns morgen treffen? What time shall we meet tomorrow? Yeah, apparently you've already set up a date, but you don't know what time you're gonna meet or where you wanna go, whatever, then just to clarify, you ask the question, hey, what time do we meet tomorrow? I'm probably going to ask this very often because I'm not so good in remembering dates, times, all this kind of stuff disappears from my memory, so I'll use the sentence a lot. Wann treffen wir uns? Zu welcher Zeit? What time shall we meet? Können wir uns wiedersehen? Can I see you again? Können wir uns wiedersehen? Can I see you again? Also, yeah, if you like the date, if you like the person, you want to see her again, just be polite. Hey, können wir uns wiedersehen? You can ask it in a cute way, and then the person probably can't even say no to you. Was hältst du von diesem Ort? What do you think of this place? Was hältst du von diesem Ort? What do you think of this place? Yeah, if you found a nice spot, then suggest, hey, let's stay here. For example, in my city, it's like a little bit in a mountainish area. Yeah, I know Swiss and Austrian people would disagree because it's like not huge mountains, it's more like hills. But anyways, if you go a little bit up a hill, then there's a nice spot where you can oversee the entire city, and that's where many people take their dates. So you could make it seem just like casually fun. Oh, hey, what do you think about this place? Not like planned long time. even though probably the person will appreciate if you have put a little bit thought in where you go. So yeah, it's nice to ask your date if she likes the place you took her or him, like whatever you prefer. That's it, already the end. I mean, you noticed the sentences we use in Germany are basically the same that I used in America, or at least in English-speaking countries. Just translated, we don't have really a lot different habits how we ask to go on a date, so this should be easy for you. Just find a German German boy or German girl, find one, use those phrases, and I bet you will have some success to go on a date. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Leave some comments. If you let me know about your experiences on dates with Germans. Maybe you've used some of the sentences. Visit GermanPod101.com to learn even more German, to impress your dates with your German, and then I see you in the next lesson. Ciao, ciao.
Want to speak real German from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at GermanPod101.com. You are at a train station where you're attempting to buy an express ticket from a ticket machine. Which option should you choose to buy an express ticket? Which option should you choose to buy an express ticket? The option on the bottom left is for an express ticket.
Expresszugticket.
You are at a train station where you've just bought an express ticket. Which train car, row, and seat number are you in? Which train car, row, and seat number are you in? The ticket says that you're in train car number 1 in the 8th row in seat C.
Wagen 1, 8. Reihe, Sitz C.
You are at a train station where you're reading the train schedule for an express ticket that you've just bought. On which days are there no express trains running? On which days are there no express trains running? There are no express trains running on public holidays and the third Sunday of every month.
Feiertage an jedem dritten Sonntag im Monat.
You are on a platform at a train station where you're waiting for your train. Suddenly, a message appears on the display. What does the message on the display mean? What does the message on the display mean? The display reads, "The next train will not stop."
Achtung, Zugdurchfahrt.
Want to speak real German from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at GermanPod101.com. You are at a train station where you're looking for the best exit to catch a taxi. Which exit should you take to get to the taxi rank? Which exit should you take to get to the taxi rank? You should take the east exit in order to get to the taxi rank.
Ostausgang.
Want to speak real German from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at GermanPod101.com.
Ich heiße Laura, sehr erfreut. Hi, I'm Laura, nice to meet you. In this series, we're going to learn basic German expressions. It's super easy and it only takes 3 minutes. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to introduce ourselves in German. We'll start speaking right away, but first, it's important to clarify that in German there is a difference between the formal and the informal language. Let's first see how German people introduce themselves in an informal situation. Hallo, ich heiße Laura. Schön, dich kennenzulernen. Hi, I'm Laura. Nice to meet you. Hallo, ich heiße Laura. Schön, dich kennenzulernen. Start by saying, Hallo, ich heiße, then say your name. Hallo, ich heiße Laura. Finally say, schön, dich kennenzulernen. Hallo, ich heiße Laura. Schön, dich kennenzulernen. And now, let's see the same sentence in formal speech. Guten Tag, ich heiße Laura Meyer. Schön, Sie kennenzulernen. Good day, I'm Laura Meyer. Nice to meet you. Guten Tag, ich heiße Laura Meyer. Schön, Sie kennenzulernen. So, what has changed from the previous introduction? Let's take a close look at these expressions together. Hallo has been substituted with the formal greeting Guten Tag, German for good day. Ich heiße Laura has not been changed. Ich heiße simply means I am. However, during a formal self-introduction, we also say our last name. So I said Laura Meyer. Here, you would say your full name. Finally, pay attention to the ending. We went from dich kennenzulernen to Sie kennenzulernen. What is changing is the German word for you. In a formal sentence, we use the more polite word Sie. One more time. The informal way to introduce yourself in German is Hallo, ich heiße Laura. Schön, dich kennenzulernen. The formal way to introduce yourself is Guten Tag, ich heiße Laura Meyer. Schön, Sie kennenzulernen. Now it's time for Laura's insights. When you introduce yourself, it's a good habit to shake hands. If you're not sure whether to use schön, dich kennenzulernen or schön, Sie kennenzulernen, just say simply sehr erfreut, as I said at the beginning of this lesson. If you use the correct sentence with German people, they're definitely going to be impressed. Today, we are going to learn how to use good manners as we thank people. Fertig? Are you ready? Los! So let's start. There are several ways to thank someone. Let's start with the easiest. It's just one word. Danke. Danke. Danke means thank you. When saying thank you very much, you just need to add sehr. Danke, sehr. Sehr means a lot. So danke sehr is like saying thank you very much. During the last lesson, we discussed the informal and the formal way of speaking German. Danke is the casual way to thank someone. If you want to be more formal, there is another phrase you should use. Ich danke Ihnen. Ich danke Ihnen. Let's break this phrase down. Ich is I, and danke means thanks. Ihnen is a formal word for you in the dative case. Notice that we don't use Sie as in the last lesson. We will discuss German pronouns in more depth in a later lesson. The full sentence once again. Ich danke Ihnen. How do you answer? It's easy. Here are two different ways to do it. The first is bitte schön. Bitte schön. Bitte schön can be used with just about anybody. The other way to say you're welcome is the expression gern geschehen. Gern geschehen. Literally, this phrase means I liked it to happen or happened with pleasure. But it has become a common and polite way to respond to someone thanking you. So when someone says danke to us, we can simply reply with bitte schön or gern geschehen. Now it's time for Laura's insights. If you're not sure about whether to use danke or ich danke Ihnen, keeping it simple is always your safest bet. You don't have to worry about formal or informal situations. Danke can be used with just about anyone, anywhere, and at any time. In the last lesson, we learned how to be grateful to people by saying danke. In this lesson, we learned some of the most common greetings used in Germany. Fertig? Are you ready? Los! So let's start. The most used informal greeting is Hallo. Hallo. Hallo means hi or hello. We should only use this greeting with friends or relatives. The most used formal greetings will change depending on the time of day. Let's start with Guten Tag. Guten Tag. Literally, Guten Tag means good day. As a rule of thumb, we can use Guten Tag only during the daytime, from late morning until early evening. In the morning we say Guten Morgen, good morning. Guten Morgen. During the evening we say Guten Abend. Guten Abend. Tag, Morgen and Abend is German for day, morning and evening, respectively. Easy, right? What should you say when you leave? German people usually say Auf Wiedersehen when leaving in a formal situation. Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen means goodbye. If we say goodbye to friends or our relatives, we use the informal word Tschüss. Tschüss. Now you can greet people in many different ways in German. Let's review them all again. First, the greetings. Informally, we simply say Hallo. Formally, use Guten Morgen in the morning, Guten Tag in the afternoon, and Guten Abend in the evening. When leaving in a formal situation, we say Auf Wiedersehen. And in an informal situation, it's Tschüss. It's easy, isn't it? Now it's time for Laura's insights. Due to a huge variety of dialects in Germany, you might hear many different greeting phrases depending on the area. In Austria and in the Catholic southern part of Germany, they even say Grüß Gott, which means greetings to God. In the past, people from the north could barely talk to people from the south, since they spoke very different languages. But nowadays, if you use these common phrases, then everyone will understand you, I'm sure. During the next lesson, we learn the meaning of the phrase Sprechen Sie Englisch? Do you already know it? In this lesson, we are going to learn a very useful phrase. Do you speak English? If you find yourself in a situation where you need assistance in English, this phrase can be a lifesaver. And because you're asking it in German, you can be sure that everyone will understand what you're saying, even if their answer is no. Here's the informal way to say it. Sprichst du Englisch? Sprichst du English? In German, verbs change depending on the pronoun that is used. Please notice the word du in the middle of the sentence. Remember that this is the informal way to say you. The first word is sprichst, which means to speak. Because it is referring to du, it is conjugated to du sprichst. If you ask a question in German, you change the du sprichst to the interrogative form sprichst du, and you probably recognize English to be English. Sprichst du Englisch? To learn how to properly conjugate verbs like sprechen, please look at our Absolute Beginner series on GermanPod101.com. You can find very detailed grammar lessons and resources there. We are now going to make the sentence formal. First, we need to use the formal version of you, which is Sie. If we change the word for you, we will conjugate the verb differently. It becomes sprechen instead of sprichst, like in the informal version. Everything else stays the same. Sprechen Sie Englisch? Sprechen Sie Englisch? Adding entschuldigen Sie, excuse me, the sentence becomes even more polite. Entschuldigen Sie, sprechen Sie Englisch? Entschuldigen Sie, sprechen Sie Englisch? The responses you will receive could be one of these three. Ja, yes. Ja. Ein bisschen, a little. Ein bisschen. Nein, ich spreche nicht Englisch. No, I don't speak English. Nein, ich spreche nicht Englisch. Since this last one is a negative statement, we need to say nicht after the verb sprechen. Notice also that the verb spreche is slightly different than sprechen. Remember, the verb changes depending on the pronoun used. We are now talking about ich, German for I. Thus, I do not speak is ich spreche nicht. Now it's time for Laura's insights. For those of you who are not only English speakers, you can obviously use this question with any language you need. German people study other European languages at school, so maybe you will get lucky. Just substitute English with Italienisch for Italian, Russisch for Russian, Spanish for Spanish, Französisch for French. In the last lesson, we learned the phrase Entschuldigen Sie, sprechen Sie Englisch? Excuse me, do you speak English? We mentioned the word Entschuldigen Sie, which means excuse me in formal German. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to use Entschuldigen Sie and other words when apologizing in German. We should use Entschuldigen Sie in formal situations, such as when we are ordering something in bars or restaurants. For example, Entschuldigen Sie, einen Kaffee bitte. Excuse me, a coffee please. We can also use it when asking a question. Entschuldigen Sie, wo ist der Ausgang? Excuse me, where's the exit please? Sometimes we also hear people say bitte, which means the same thing when you want to draw somebody's attention. We use this phrase if we want to be polite. Bitte. The informal way to say excuse me is entschuldige. Entschuldige. Just like entschuldigen Sie, we can use entschuldige when asking a question or when apologizing. We can also use the word Entschuldigung if you are not sure whether to use the formal or informal way. All of these phrases can be used for either excuse me or I'm sorry. But if you really want to apologize for something, it might be better to use a different phrase. That phrase is es tut mir leid. It means I'm sorry and can be used in both formal and informal situations. Es tut mir leid. First, we have es or it. Next, we have the German word for to do, conjugated for the pronoun es, tut. The word mir is German for me. Finally, we have leid, literally meaning sorrow. Es tut mir leid. Now it's time for Laura's insights. Please remember that in Germany, if you accidentally bump into someone, we don't say I'm sorry, es tut mir leid. Instead, we say Entschuldigen Sie, Entschuldige or Entschuldigung.
When learning a new language, we sometimes have a hard time with things like procrastination, discouragement, or failure. But don't panic. With a good strategy, you'll be able to overcome these difficulties. Are you ready to discover the 4 habits of successful learners? Number 1, optimize your time. When learning a language, it's important to dedicate time to your studies regularly, even if sometimes it's difficult. You're busy with school, work, family, or friends, but you can spread out your learning throughout the day. Study whenever you have small gaps of time in your busy schedule. This can be when you're on the metro, on your lunch break, or while you're exercising. Our podcast learning format fits perfectly into your tight schedule. Number 2, consistency with your chosen method. There are a lot of options when it comes to courses and learning materials. Switching from one method to another can confuse you and disrupt your progress. Focusing on one learning method will make a difference. Our method has been created and optimized by real teachers, so you can stick to it with confidence. Number 3, use your language background. Many languages share some commonalities. You can find words that look or sound similar, or even share the same grammar structure. A little bit of language background will give you an edge while learning. Number 4, study continuously. People are excited when they start learning a new language. The enthusiasm usually lasts until the first roadblock. This can lead to discouragement and procrastination. But don't burn yourself out. Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't try to learn it all at once. Break things down into more digestible chunks. Learning step by step might feel slow, but it's an efficient way to learn a language. With patience, motivation, and good resources, you'll master the language. Remember, you can't learn a language overnight, but with motivation and these daily lessons, you'll be on the road to fluency. Give it a try now. Sign up for your account. Just click the link in the description.
Ein Mann und eine Frau schauen sich das Menü in einem Restaurant an. Was wird der Mann bestellen?
Was wirst du bestellen?
Die Pizza sieht lecker aus. Ich denke, die nehme ich.
Ich hatte gestern schon Pizza, also...
Okay, dann, wie wäre es mit Hamburger?
Hört sich toll an. Das nehme ich.
Was wird der Mann bestellen? Ein Mann und eine Frau schauen sich das Menü in einem Restaurant an. Was wird der Mann bestellen?
Was wirst du bestellen?
Die Pizza sieht lecker aus. Ich denke, die nehme ich.
Ich hatte gestern schon Pizza, also...
Okay, dann, wie wäre es mit Hamburger?
Hört sich toll an. Das nehme ich.
Ein Mann ruft beim Arzt an. Um wie viel Uhr sollte er in der Arztpraxis sein? Hallo, wie kann ich Ihnen helfen?
Um wie viel Uhr schließen Sie heute?
Wir schließen um 18 Uhr, aber bitte kommen Sie vor 17:30 Uhr vorbei.
Okay, danke schön.
Um wie viel Uhr sollte er in der Arztpraxis sein? Ein Mann ruft beim Arzt an. Um wie viel Uhr sollte er in der Arztpraxis sein? Hallo, wie kann ich Ihnen helfen?
Um wie viel Uhr schließen Sie heute?
Wir schließen um 18 Uhr, aber bitte kommen Sie vor 17:30 Uhr vorbei.
Okay, danke schön.
Ein Junge liest in seinem Tagebuch. Was war das Erste, was der Junge heute getan hat?
Das Wetter war toll heute. Ich bin heute Nachmittag zum Schwimmbad gegangen. Und abends bin ich ins Kino gegangen. Ich habe auch den ganzen Morgen gelernt. Heute war nicht übel.
Was war das Erste, was der Junge heute getan hat? Ein Junge liest in seinem Tagebuch. Was war das Erste, was der Junge heute getan hat?
Das Wetter war toll heute. Ich bin heute Nachmittag zum Schwimmbad gegangen. Und abends bin ich ins Kino gegangen. Ich habe auch den ganzen Morgen gelernt. Heute war nicht übel.
Eine Frau und ein Mann schauen sich eine Fotografie an. Nach welchem Foto schauen sie? Das ist ein Foto des Fußballteams, in dem Ihr Sohn spielt, oder? Welcher davon ist Ihr Sohn?
Dieser hier.
Oh, er ist der Größte.
Ja, er ist sogar größer als ich.
Nach welchem Foto schauen Sie? Eine Frau und ein Mann schauen sich eine Fotografie an. Nach welchem Foto schauen Sie? Das ist ein Foto des Fußballteams, in dem Ihr Sohn spielt, oder? Welcher davon ist Ihr Sohn?
Dieser hier.
Oh, er ist der Größte.
Ja, er ist sogar größer als ich.
Top sad words. Yes, unfortunately, we also have to cover this part. I hope you won't get too depressed, so let's get it started. Verärgert. Upset. Verärgert. Upset. Der Mann ist sehr verärgert, weil er noch viel Arbeit zu erledigen hat. The man is upset as he has a lot of work remaining. I mean, okay, it's very annoying if you have a lot of work still left to do. But others, they love work. They're like, oh yes, I have more work to do. It depends on how you look at it, if you like your work or not. It can be upsetting, but it can be cool. So, yeah, I guess most people are just like, damn, more work. Verletzen. To hurt. Verletzen. To hurt. Es tut mir leid, dass ich deine Gefühle verletzt habe. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. To be hurt can be in several ways. It can be hurt of feelings, as in my example sentence. You can also be hurt, as for example in sports. Then we would also say verletzt. For example, an injured player in a soccer game, he is verletzt. So it counts both, like feelings, sports, physically as mentally. You can be hurt. Einsam. Lonely. Einsam. Lonely. Die Frau ist einsam. The woman is lonely. Yeah, when I hear this, I always remember this one song of a couple of years ago. Lonely, I'm so lonely. Yeah, I'm not so good at singing, so I should stop that. I don't like to be lonely. I prefer being around people. I guess that's with most. But again, as I said in the first example word of being upset of too much work, being lonely can be cool for some people. A lot of people prefer to have time on their own for most of it and just sometimes hang out with more people. Others, me including, like to be around people all the time and then just sometimes step back and have time for themselves. Like, how are you? If you want to share like your feelings about any of these words, please just do it below in the comments, okay? Traurig, sad, traurig, sad. War traurig und seufzte. He was sad and sighed. If you even pronounce it sigh, I'm not exactly sure. It's a sound of huh. Like if I'm sad, huh. Like in German, seufzte. War traurig und seufzte. He was sad and sighed. I hope I pronounced that right. Yeah, some people overdo it if they just really want to make clear, like, hey, I'm sad, please take care of me. Like, huh. Elend. Miserable. Oh, it's getting even better. Now we have number 5. Elend. Miserable. Heute fühle ich mich richtig elend. Today I feel really miserable. Oh gosh, I mean, miserable. Yeah, that's all. Again, this counts for both psychologic as physiologic. For example, if you ate something really bad last day, you can feel miserable. But you can also feel miserable because you did something stupid the other day. Or because, I don't know, you have a crush and he's not really into you, so that can make you feel miserable. Yeah, feeling miserable, elend, there are many ways to do that. I hope you haven't experienced too much of it, at least not too often. Entmutigt, discouraged. Entmutigt, discouraged. Fühlte sich ziemlich entmutigt nach seiner Niederlage. After his defeat, he felt very discouraged. When you lose, so you're like, oh gosh, I put so much focus on this meant so much to me and it didn't work out, so I'm discouraged. Entmutigt. Enttäuscht. Disappointed. Enttäuscht. Disappointed. Wurde von seiner Frau enttäuscht. He was disappointed by his wife. I hope that wife didn't do something too bad. Yeah, disappointed. Like, it can be something really minor, like, oh, I came home and I hoped she, I don't know, prepared maybe a nice little lunch or something, then, oh no, so I'm a little bit disappointed. You shouldn't be, because it's not the task of your wife to cook food, right? It can be something minor, like, oh, I hope you took a picture of that car and you didn't, so I'm a little bit disappointed, enttäuscht. It can also be something super big, like, oh, wow, you cheated on me, I'm very disappointed. And I hope that didn't happen to any of you. Bad feeling. Didn't happen to me, luckily. I mean, I guess. Who knows? I guess. I have never been cheated on. Knock on wood, right? Sich sorgen. To worry. Sich sorgen. To worry. Die Frau sorgt sich die Rechnung. The woman worries about the bill. If you worry about money, that really sucks, because mostly you cannot really do so much about it. Even worse, for example, if you worry about your kids, like, oh, my kids go to school and they don't come back, they should be here already, then this is super, like, frightening and you worry. Man sorgt sich. If I'm a parent, I worry about my child. Ich sorge mich mein Kind. Try not to worry so much about what might happen or might not happen, as long as you cannot really influence it anyways. Besorgt. Anxious. Besorgt. Anxious. Die Klausurergebnisse werden morgen bekannt geben und ich bin sehr besorgt darüber. The exam results will be announced tomorrow and I'm very anxious about it. Yeah, I remember when I had my A-levels in school, like here we call it Abitur, like our final exams from school. There were some subjects I was like anxious about because I actually tried to study a lot as much as I could. But then some just really didn't work out so well. I had the feeling, so I was like anxious. After all, don't worry about me. I'm fine. I passed. I could go to university, to college. But yeah, I think as everybody of us went to school, we know the feeling of being anxious about some exam results coming out. Düster, gloomy. Düster, gloomy. Nachts ist es draußen düster. It is gloomy outside in the night. Yeah, actually, for me, this is not such a sad word in this example phrase, because I like kind of like the gloomy night, exciting. But for example, if you're a gloomy person, that's kind of negative. You feel like always like, oh, this is going to be so bad. Like I can see the future. Everything is going down. Like that's very gloomy. There's no reason to be gloomy, I guess. We live in a pretty cool world, even though there's a lot of trouble everywhere. Also, gloomy, it makes me remember this one last Rolling Stones song they came up with, Doom and Gloom. It has nothing really to do with this lesson, I just wanted to bring it up because it's a great band.
Want to speak real German from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at GermanPod101.com.
The must-know expressions for agreeing and disagreeing. Very important. You will have to agree and disagree often in your life. Sometimes hard to choose agreeing or disagreeing, but the way you can do this, I'm going to teach you today. Let's move. Number 1. Ich bin ganz Ihrer Meinung. I couldn't agree more with you. Apparently a very strong expression for agreeing. In an argument, I don't know, it could be used at work or family, friends, for any group of people, you could use this. And there's a debate and you really strongly agree with one side, then you totally can go for this. Ich bin ganz Ihrer Meinung. I couldn't agree more with you. If you're not as certain, and here we come for number 2. Nun, ich bin nicht sicher. Well, I'm not sure. This is a way you kind of neither agree nor disagree. It's something in between. If you really don't know what's right, what's wrong, you could use this. It leaves it open, so yeah, even if people ask you something in German maybe and you're not sure how to answer because you maybe also didn't fully understand the question, go for Ich bin nicht sicher, I'm not sure, then at least you don't make a wrong decision you might regret later, right? Number 3, easy one, natürlich, of course. So, for example, if I ask you, do you like learning German with German Pop 101? Your answer would be natürlich, of course. Number 4. Ich denke schon. I guess so. I would agree, but I'm not 100% sure. You're leaning towards one side, but don't want to fully fall out of it, right? Ja, Sie haben recht. Yes, you're right. The way I imagine it, of course, is like if you're in a dispute maybe with somebody and then you want to admit, okay, he's right for a thing, but then also bring on your own arguments or points. You can say, yes, you're right with this. Ja, Sie haben recht. But, and then put your own point. As easy as that. On the other hand, Sie liegen falsch. You're wrong. That's like if you're really like arguing and want to say, no, what you say is just completely wrong. Try probably not to say it with this harsh German accent. Sie liegen falsch. That's bad. That's very aggressive. Say more like nein, Sie liegen falsch. Try to say it carefully, then people don't misunderstand it and won't think you just want to fight. Vielleicht. Maybe. Yeah, that's a very vague answer for anything. It doesn't really help anybody if you say vielleicht. Hey, do you come to my birthday party tomorrow? Vielleicht. Oh, do you want to go shopping with me next week? Vielleicht. See, it's not like a very satisfying answer. Maybe it's sometimes a good option if you don't want to disappoint a person by disagreeing, but you also don't want to agree. So you just say, vielleicht. Call me, maybe. Ruf mich vielleicht an. Ich stimme nicht zu. Nein. I don't agree. No. That makes it really clear that you're really not agreeing. It's important to make your point clear. It's important to not only agree for the sake of agreeing. Sometimes you have different opinions, and then it's important to stand up for yourself and say, hey, I don't agree. Ich stimme zu. I agree. Yeah, very easy, I agree. Whatever you agree on, you can say, hey, I agree, ich stimme zu, ich stimme zu. Nobody will complain about you agreeing. I agree, sometimes I talk too much here, see? I hope you disagree. Das ist wahr. That's true. Das ist wahr. Yeah, it's like, Mom, even if you knew it before or not, but wow, that person has a point. How to respond to the question probably most asked in this world. How are you? Let's go. Start off with number 1. Wie geht es dir? How are you? Yeah, that's the question whenever you meet somebody new, somebody you have met before, or just come into a room and see the people, you ask, Wie geht es dir? How are you? This is one of the few phrases you definitely should learn and should remember. Number 2. Und dir? And you? That's how you would respond. If somebody comes to you, approaches you, asks, how are you? And you say, oh, well, good maybe. And do people like you would respond in und dir? And you? Just to show also the interest that you want to know, hey, are you fine? And that you care how the other person is feeling. Number 3. Wie ging es dir in letzter Zeit? How have you been recently? This is, you probably ask this when you have like a friend or family member or just somebody you know better than just anybody, but you haven't seen this person in a while. So you want to know, like, oh, in this period where I haven't seen you, like, have you been doing good? Was there anything you want to talk about or any bigger news? So you just say, hey, wie ging es dir in letzter Zeit? How have you been recently? It's really just like shows that, oh, I realized I haven't seen you in a while, but I want to know, have you been doing fine? Number 4, vielen Dank für die Nachfrage. Thank you for asking. Yeah, if you appreciate that the person asks about how are you, maybe because the person knows that you've been sick recently or that there has been problems, and you want to show, hey, it's cool, I appreciate you caring for me, you care, or like, how am I doing? Then you can say, oh, vielen Dank für die Nachfrage, thank you for asking. It's just like a nice way to make the other person also know, hey, you realize that the person cares for how you're doing. Also, when you've not been through a rough phase, you can say, oh, vielen Dank für die Nachfrage, or thanks for asking if somebody asks how you are, just to show, like, hey, I appreciate you asking me, like, you care, how am I doing? So, just a polite way to respond also. Number 5, mir geht es nicht schlecht. I'm not bad. Yeah, this is a little bit of a weaker version, not too optimistic, like, oh, it's not, okay, I'm doing fine. Yeah, maybe not everything is totally cool, there's some stuff in your mind that you worry about, but it's also not too big. You don't want anybody, like, to worry about the stuff, and it's not really important right now in the moment. So you just say, okay, mir geht's nicht schlecht. I'm not bad. It's also not like too crazily negative that you would be like, oh, what's up with this person? He's not bad. Number 6, mir geht's auch gut. I'm fine too. Yeah, that's also like the response in this typical conversation. Hey, how are you? I'm fine. And you? Oh, I'm fine too. Mir geht es auch gut. I'm fine too. Number 7, ich bin müde. I'm sleepy. That's also legitimate to say, like, if you really had a rough day or haven't had enough sleep last night and you feel so tired or sleepy and you're like, ich bin müde. You can say you're tired. It's not impolite, or it's not like the other person would be worrying about you if you say, oh, I'm sleepy. But it also makes clear that, hey, you're not in the best mood right now. Probably you're not going to start crazy stuff, something. You're just a little bit sleepy. Ich bin müde. Ich bin ein bisschen müde. Recently, I've been quite sleepy from time to time because I started a new job and I have to wake up very early every day, so I come home sleepy. But yeah, that's the way it is. But that's no problem. At home I like calm down a little bit, have lunch, have a coffee, and then everything is cool. Then I'm fine. Mir geht's gut. Number 8. Ich fühle mich schlecht. I'm feeling bad. Yeah, apparently if you're not really feeling good and the person who asks you how are you is probably like a friend of you or a family member that you want him or her to know how you feel, then you could say, hey, if you're really not feeling good, you can say, hey, I'm feeling bad. Mir geht es nicht gut oder mir geht es schlecht. I'm feeling bad. Maybe because you've done something wrong, or I don't know, also maybe because you ate something wrong. It's like physically you're feeling bad. But in general, yeah, if for example, if you've done something wrong and you know it and it's still in your head, it occupies your head and you want to like talk with somebody about it, and then somebody you trust comes to you and asks you, hey, how are you doing? And then that's your opportunity to say, hey, ich fühle mich schlecht, I'm feeling bad. And then he would probably ask, oh, what's up? And then you can come out with what happened or with your problem. Yeah, usually it implies if you say you're feeling bad that the other person politely would ask, what's the matter? Number 9. Ich bin okay. I'm okay. That's also just like, hey, yeah, I'm fine. Nothing really to talk about. Also implies that you're not doing really great, but really you don't want to talk about anything. Maybe you actually feel bad, like in the previous example, you're feeling bad, but you really don't want to talk about it with a person. Then you would just say, ich bin okay. I'm okay. Sometimes also the other person maybe would ask, what's up? Like, why are you not doing fine? Never mind, it's alright. Then the person knows, okay, yeah, probably not too big of a deal, but he doesn't want to talk about it. So if you're not doing really great, but you also just want to keep it for yourself, well, it's not a big deal. You can say, ich bin okay. Number 10, and that's my favorite, mir geht es großartig. I'm great. I actually say this quite often, like when other people maybe just would say, I'm fine. I don't know, like if somebody asks me, how am I? And I'm having no problem, I'm doing good. Why not just saying, mir geht es großartig? Hey, I'm doing great. I like the positivity about it, and mostly it's kind of a little bit contagious. That person, oh cool, like he's doing great. It's like there's a smile on his face. It's already positive atmosphere in the room. So yeah, I really, if I'm doing good, I like to say, hey, I'm great. Like there's nothing to complain about.
In this video, you learn 20 of the most common words and phrases in German. Hi everybody, my name is Anja. Welcome to the 800 Core German Words and Phrases video series. This series will teach you the 800 most common words and phrases in German. But there is a twist. With each new lesson in this series, we'll include the previous lessons at the end. So after you've learned the new words and phrases, stick around and review what you learned in previous lessons. Reviewing is one of the most important parts of learning a language. You can also get the full list right now at GermanPod101.com. Click the link in the description to access more example sentences, create your own flashcard deck, and finally master German. Okay, let's get started. First is Hallo. Hello. Hallo. Hallo. Hello. Wenn ich jemanden zum ersten Mal treffe, sage ich gerne Hallo. When I first meet someone, I like to say hello. Wenn ich jemanden zum ersten Mal treffe, sage ich gerne Hallo. Entschuldigung. Excuse me. Entschuldigung. Entschuldigung. Excuse me. Entschuldigung. Wie sagt man das auf Deutsch? Excuse me. How do you say this in German? Entschuldigung. Wie sagt man das auf Deutsch? Es tut mir leid. I'm sorry. Es tut mir leid. Es tut mir leid. I'm sorry. Es tut mir leid, er ist im Augenblick nicht da. I'm sorry, he's not here right now. Es tut mir leid. Er ist im Augenblick nicht da. Gute Nacht. Good night. Gute Nacht. Gute Nacht. Good night. Die Frau wünscht ihrem Mann eine gute Nacht. The woman wishes her husband a good night. Die Frau wünscht ihrem Mann eine gute Nacht. Freut mich, Sie kennenzulernen. Nice to meet you. Freut mich, Sie kennenzulernen. Freut mich, Sie kennenzulernen. Nice to meet you. Hallo Peter, mein Name ist Richard und es freut mich, dich kennenzulernen. Hello Peter, my name is Richard and it is nice to meet you. Hallo Peter, mein Name ist Richard und es freut mich, dich kennenzulernen. Wie geht es dir? How are you? Wie geht es dir? Wie geht es dir? How are you? Mir geht es gut. Wie geht es dir? I'm doing very well. How are you? Mir geht es gut. Wie geht es dir? Ja. Yes. Ja. Ja. Yes. Kannst du heute bitte mit dem Hund spazieren gehen? Ja. Can you take the dog for a walk today? Yes. Kannst du heute bitte mit dem Hund spazieren gehen? Ja. Nein. No. Nein. Nein-Zeichen. No sign. Nein-Zeichen. Danke. Thank you. Danke. Danke. Thank you. Danke, aber ich habe dies nicht bestellt. Thank you, but I didn't order this. Danke, aber ich habe dies nicht bestellt. Ich bin. I'm. Ich bin. Ich bin. I'm. Ich bin Lisa. I am Lisa. Ich bin Lisa. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Goodbye. See you next time. Auf Wiedersehen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Schlecht. Bad. Schlecht. Schlecht. Bad. Dieser Film ist wirklich schlecht. This movie is really bad. Dieser Film ist wirklich schlecht. Gut. Good. Gut. Gut. Good. Gemüse ist gut für dich. Vegetables are good for you. Gemüse ist gut für dich. Hübsch. Pretty. Hübsch. Hübsch. Pretty. Du bist sehr hübsch. You are very pretty. Du bist sehr hübsch. Hässlich. Ugly. Hässlich. Hässlich. Ugly. Hässliches Gesicht. Ugly face. Hässliches Gesicht. Einfach. Easy. Einfach. Einfach. Easy. Einfache Entscheidung. Easy decision. Einfache Entscheidung. Schwierig. Difficult. Schwierig. Schwierig. Difficult. Sehr schwierig. Very difficult. Sehr schwierig. Nahe. Near. Nahe. Nahe. Near. Ich wohne ganz nahe am Bahnhof. I live very close to the station. Ich wohne ganz nahe am Bahnhof. Weit. Far. Weit. Weit. Far. Die Frau guckt auf etwas, das weit entfernt ist. The woman is looking at something far away. Die Frau guckt auf etwas, das weit entfernt ist. Klein. Small. Klein. Klein. Small. Kleines Küken. Small chick. Kleines Küken. Remember, the goal of the series is to build a vocabulary of the 800 most common words and phrases in German. If that sounds like a lot, don't worry. We can help you. Click the link in the description to access the full list. You'll also get example sentences, custom flashcards decks, and more learning resources at GermanPod101.com. See you next time! Auf Wiedersehen! 10 phrases to help you in an emergency. Alright. Bitte rufen Sie die Polizei. Bitte rufen Sie die Polizei. Call the police, please. Yeah, so if you got caught in an emergency, then you can just say to someone, call the police, please. Haben Sie Fieber? Haben Sie Fieber? Do you have a fever? So if someone's not feeling well or looks really sick, or if you're at the doctor, then he might ask, haben Sie Fieber? Ich habe meinen Reisepass verloren. Ich habe meinen Reisepass verloren. I lost my passport. I once thought I had lost my passport, but then, luckily, I found it in my suitcase, so I was safe. Nothing happened. Ich glaube, ich habe etwas Schlechtes gegessen. Ich glaube, ich habe etwas Schlechtes gegessen. I think I ate something bad. So when you're not feeling well, when you have a stomachache, then you would say, ich glaube, ich habe etwas Schlechtes gegessen. Ich brauche einen Arzt. Ich brauche einen Arzt. I need a doctor. If you want someone to call an ambulance, then you would be like, ich brauche einen Arzt. But that sounds really, really urgent. Ich finde den Weg nicht zurück zu meinem Hotel. Ich finde den Weg nicht zurück zu meinem Hotel. I can't find the way back to my hotel. So if you're, for example, in a foreign country and you took a walk and you got lost suddenly, then you could go to some person and say, ich finde den Weg nicht zurück zu meinem Hotel. Can you help me, please? Können Sie mir helfen? Gibt es eine Apotheke in der Nähe? Gibt es eine Apotheke in der Nähe? Is there a pharmacy nearby? So in Germany there are many different pharmacies. They're called Apotheke, like Sonnenapotheke or something Apotheke. They all have different names. And it's also a very common occupation to be an Apotheker, to be a pharmacist. Ich habe mich verlaufen. Ich habe mich verlaufen. I'm lost. And then you could add, can you help me please? Können Sie mir helfen? Ich brauche einen Krankenwagen. Ich brauche einen Krankenwagen. I need an ambulance. When something really, really bad happened, like you broke your leg or you're suffering under really, really bad pain, then you would say, ich brauche einen Krankenwagen. Or, könnt ihr einen Krankenwagen rufen? Can you please call an ambulance? Bitte rufen Sie die Feuerwehr. Bitte rufen Sie die Feuerwehr. Please call the fire department. If you see a fire somewhere, if your house is burning, then say to someone, bitte rufen Sie die Feuerwehr. Or just, Feuerwehr.
Top 10 phrases your parents always say. Once you're a parent, you know that's useful stuff. Let's go.
Sei vorsichtig. Be careful.
Sei vorsichtig. Sei vorsichtig. Be careful. I myself had this a lot as a kid. I guess all the parents say this all the time because they want the children to be safe. But it's just natural for children. They want to play in the dirt, they want to play with stick, do some stuff that's maybe a little bit dangerous. So you're always going to hear, sei vorsichtig. Be careful. So I'm the one telling, be careful. But yeah, I was once the one always listening to it. Be careful.
Sei still. Be quiet.
Sei still. Sei still. Be quiet. That's a bit more like an annoyed one if you're really sick of your kid, like, and then you say, be quiet. Sei still. Yeah, it's not very nice to say, that's for sure, but I think many parents know the situation when the kid always wants all the attention and maybe you're focused on something, so you just wanted to shut up. So you say, be quiet. Sei still. Try not to say it, it's not so nice, but at some point you just cannot stand it anymore, so you say like, oh, be quiet. Sei still.
Benimm dich. Behave.
Benimm dich. Benimm dich. Behave. Actually, not only kids hear this from their parents. I could say, like, my girlfriend tells this to me, like, oh, come on, Henrik, behave. Yeah, so for little kids and for big kids.
Mach deine Hausaufgaben. Do your homework.
Mach deine Hausaufgaben. Mach deine Hausaufgaben. Do your homework. Actually, that's not only parents saying, also your teachers. I'm your teacher, so please, do your homework. Oh wait, I'm not giving you homework, right? I should work on that. I come up with some next time, okay?
Geh ins Bett. Go to bed.
Geh ins Bett. Geh ins Bett. Go to bed. Well, as I'm a young parent myself, I know that's a very hard one, because My little boy never wants to go to bed. I can understand, I like to stay up late, so probably do you, I don't know. But yeah, important to know, but I think even knowing the sentence, it doesn't really help a lot, because just by saying go to bed, I rarely see an effect on this. Yeah, you have to come up with something better than just saying go to bed to make a kid go to bed, really. That's my experience.
Ich werde bis 3 zählen. I'm going to count to 3.
Ich werde bis 3 zählen. Ich werde bis 3 zählen. I'm going to count to 3. Not sure if that really works with most of the kids. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Next one.
Aufhören. Stopp.
Aufhören. Aufhören. Stop. If you think now that also our traffic signs, the stop signs would say aufhören, no, they're also stop. But it could be more like stop it. Hör auf. Aufhören. You could say both. You could say aufhören or hör auf. I think the hör auf is a bit more like sounds strict and direct. So like really stop it. Don't stop watching. Nicht aufhören.
Schalte den Fernseher jetzt aus. Turn the TV off now.
Schalte den Fernseher jetzt aus. Schalte den Fernseher jetzt aus. Turn off the TV now. Yeah, so I personally was never really allowed to watch that much TV, so I know this one. But I think it's good. Children shouldn't always just watch TV. They should rather watch YouTube, German Pod, or something like that. So turn off the TV, turn on German Pod 101. There you go.
Was habe ich gerade gesagt? What did I just say?
Was habe ich gerade gesagt? Was habe ich gerade gesagt? What did I just say? Classic. Oh, what did I just say? Again, probably parents are being pretty serious when they say, what did I just say? They really want to do the stuff that you're supposed to do. What did I just say? Next one.
Hast du deine Zähne geputzt? Did you brush your teeth?
Hast du deine Zähne geputzt? Hast du deine Zähne geputzt? Did you brush your teeth? Yeah, always brush your teeth. Otherwise, the bad bacteria come and you get that tooth pain, all the stuff you don't want to. So yeah, could be a parent saying, could be the dentist. Either way, very important. Always brushing your teeth in the morning, in the afternoon. Did you brush your teeth?
The top 10 must-know vocabulary for the restaurant. In case you're hungry, you want to get out, or just like have a nice dinner with your girlfriend.
Kellner, waiter.
Kellner, waiter. Kellner, die Rechnung bitte. Waiter, the bill please. Yeah, that's when you're asking for the bill. That's the sad part about the waiter, he wants to be paid. Yeah, honestly, here in Germany, many people even have worked as a waiter while studying or before really making the big money. You need some money, so it's very common to go to restaurants, bars. I worked for a fast food chain, the one with the big golden M. Yeah, I worked there a little bit as a waiter. Some people love it. For me, it was not the most fun, but at least I was happy when I could, yeah, when the people asked for the bill, because I knew I was doing it for the money.
Speisekarte, menu.
Next one is Speisekarte, menu. Kann ich bitte die Speisekarte sehen? Can I see the menu? Yeah, so that's also very important if you go to a restaurant and it's not just this fast food chain where you already know what to order, milkshake, fries and some cheeseburgers. No, if you go to a real restaurant, then of course you want to see the menu, check out what they have. Maybe they have a special offer for the day, or especially when you're traveling, when you come here to Germany where you can actually use those words, then of course, oh, you might want to try some real German classic food, like Bratwurst, Currywurst, or Schnitzel. Yeah, then ask for the menu, für die Speisekarte, and you'll find out what's the best choice, right?
Bestellung, order.
Next one, Bestellung, order. Rufe an, eine Bestellung aufzugeben. Call to place an order. Yeah, this is also very common, for example, all those pizza places where you just call, so it's like delivery restaurants basically, so you don't have to go there, look at the menu and eat in the restaurant. You can also easily order from home by phone, and they deliver the food. It's like, yeah, if you want to have a nice evening in front of the TV, yeah. Pizza is the best example. Like mostly when I eat pizza, it's ordered pizza. Yeah, what's better than having a big family picture, your girlfriend and a glass of beer, watching a cool movie on a Sunday evening?
Wasser, water.
Wasser, water. Bitte bringe mir mal ein Glas Wasser. Please bring me a glass of water. Here you gotta be careful in a restaurant. If you order water, you always gotta pay here in Germany. I know in many other countries it's included, like you can get water for free everywhere, even sometimes Coke or Sprite. Now here in Germany, whatever drink you order, you will have to pay it. So if you just want to order water because you think it's free, yeah, they know it will appear on the bill. So just order what you really want to drink.
Hauptgericht, Main Course.
Hauptgericht, Main Dish. Das Hauptgericht heute Abend ist gegrillter Fisch. Tonight's main dish is grilled fish. Oh, I do love fish. I do love grilled fish. I don't know about you. We have a little fireplace here at my place. So what I did with friends sometimes, I have one friend who goes fishing, so he brought a few very fresh fish. And then, yeah, we put them on sticks and we grilled them. So homemade grilled fish was our Hauptgericht, our main course.
Nachtisch, dessert.
Okay, the next one after the main menu follows the dessert. Nachtisch. Wir essen jeden Sonntag bei mir zu Hause Kuchen zum Nachtisch. We eat cake at my house every Sunday night for dessert. I'm not a big fan of desserts usually. I don't like so much sugars and all the sweet. I'm more fan of salty stuff. But actually this phrase, we eat cake at my house every Sunday night for dessert, kind of reminds me indeed of what I like. Being with my family, having coffee, having cake in the afternoon. Yeah, for those opportunities I become somebody who really likes the sweet stuff. Not a big fan of ice cream or chocolate too much, but a piece of cake with a cup of coffee. Yeah, I wouldn't say no to that.
Küchenchef, Chef.
Next one, Küchenchef, Chef. Der Küchenchef bereitet das Essen zu. The chef is preparing the dish. Yeah, Küchenchef is like a big word in Germany. It's correct, but also most people in generally you just say the cook, der Koch. Yeah, Küchenchef is correct, even especially if it's in a big restaurant. They do really like quality food, and he has a big team of cooks because it's just too much to do on his own. So probably he would feel like insulted just calling him a cook. Yeah, Küchenchef could be literally translated also as the boss of the kitchen. That makes sense in an environment where he has many co-workers. But if it's just a chef, just like a single person cooking, then we would rather say Koch, which is cook.
Fast food, fast food.
Fast food, fast food. Yeah, also in Germany we say fast food. Burger und Pommes gelten als fast food. Burgers and fries are considered fast food. Indeed, yeah, I mentioned this earlier. It's just like when you go to McDonald's or, I don't know, Burger King, whatever, any fast food restaurant, you don't really check the menu. Only maybe sometimes if you're not sure what you want to take, but in general you will know you have a burger, fries, and probably a Coke or a milkshake. Yeah, everybody loves fast food, just don't eat too much of it, otherwise you will get problems with your heart, your blood pressure, I don't know, your body, everything. But yeah, every once in a while it's pretty delicious. Huh?
Restaurant, Restaurant.
Next one, Restaurant, Restaurant. Unser Lieblingsrestaurant ist heute Nacht voll. Our favorite restaurant is full tonight. Used this word a few times already in this lesson today. Restaurant, in German, it's the same word with a different pronunciation. Restaurant. It's not a German word. I don't think it's a real English word, but commonly used in most Latin languages at least. Do you have a favorite restaurant? I do. Here in my town it's an Australian one. It's awesome because they have all these Australian burgers with like kangaroo meat or emu meat. And they have cocktail happy hours twice a week. So sometimes they have like a little live music going on. So yeah, that's definitely my favorite restaurant, and whenever I have guests over and I want to show them something cool, take them to my favorite restaurant, that's the place where I go.
Lecker, delicious.
Next one, lecker, delicious. Schokoladenkuchen ist ziemlich lecker. Chocolate cake is pretty delicious. Oh yeah, I love this whenever I eat food and it's so delicious. I say, lecker. But for me, it wouldn't be chocolate cake in the first place which I would place here. It's more like, yeah, a piece of raw meat. No, it looks like a raw meat. No, more like, I don't know, like, but yeah, meat, like a chicken wing or salty stuff, really, like a burger. I know I said don't eat too much fast food, but from time to time it's just really delicious, super lecker. So yeah, but if you prefer the sweets, then Schokoladenkuchen, chocolate cake is what you should go for.
The weather. I am, for example, a very weather mood person. Das Wetter would be the German word. It will be hot one day and very cold the next day, and it's very crazy. The first word, bewölkt, cloudy. Der Himmel ist heute sehr bewölkt. The sky is very cloudy today. The next word, Blitz, lightning. You don't get to see that a lot in Germany. Der Blitz war heute sehr belichtet. The lightning was very flashy today. If there was a lightning, I don't know if you guys feel about that, but I was always outside and wanted to take the best picture. Yeah, the next word is Regen, rain. We do get a lot of that in Germany, unfortunately. If you ever go to Germany and even apply there for a job, that's a good conversation. Germans love to talk about the weather, so that's like an inside tip. Ja, der Regen ist heute sehr, sehr stark, meaning the rain is very, very strong today. Sonnig is sunny. In Germany, there are days where it can be sunny and pretty and everybody is just outside in cafes. Ja, so wenn es sonnig wird, dann gehen die Menschen mehr raus. When it gets sunny, people just go outside more and enjoy the beautiful weather. Windig, windy, very similar. Es ist ein guter Tag, um segeln zu gehen, weil das Wetter windig ist. It is a good day to go sailing because the weather is windy. Is that even right? I went to this camp in the summer and we did go sailing. And actually Germany has a lot of lakes to go sailing to, so that's definitely a fun experience. At the office, so let's start. Besprechung. That means meeting. It sounds very soft in English, and in German it sounds very hard. Besprechung. New or modern companies do use more meeting because it's shorter than Besprechung, but Besprechung is definitely a very common German word. Wir hatten heute mit unserem Team eine wichtige Besprechung. We had a very important meeting with our team. Büro, meaning office. Ja, unser Büro ist mitten in der Stadt. Our office is in the middle of the city. Chef, boss. I always thought in English actually you say chef too, but I guess it's more in the, at a restaurant you say more chef. Mein Chef hat das Vergnügen, nicht so viel zu arbeiten. Yes, my boss has the advantage of not working as much as I do. That's what I just said in German. Well, you know, if you're a chef of a company, you can just come in whenever, kind of, and so. Schreibtisch means desk. Ich teile meinen Schreibtisch mit einer Mitarbeiterin. I share a desk with one of my co-workers. Schreiben means write and Tisch means desk. Computer. It's again, the pronunciation is different. Mein Computer ist etwas schneller geworden, nachdem ich es aufgerüstet habe. My computer is faster now after I send it in. And I don't know about you, but I get really frustrated when the computer is really slow. I just want to, I don't know, I want to throw it out the window. The classroom, and let's start. The first word is der Bleistift, the pencil. So the pencil is Bleistift, and Blei is lead, and Stift can be used alone as pencil too. Ich habe heute meinen Bleistift einer Freundin ausgeliehen. My friend borrowed a pencil from me. The next word, Klassenzimmer, classroom. Ja, ich habe einmal aus Scherz meine Lehrerin im Klassenzimmer eingeschlossen. Actually, with a few friends, this actually really happened. I did a prank on my teacher, and she was stuck in the classroom. She was really mad because she couldn't get outside, but it was funny at that time when we were kids, and yes, so I'm sure you all did that somewhere too. So the next word is Lehrbuch, textbook. Lehren means to teach, and Lehrbuch means textbook. Der Lehrer hat etwas sehr Interessantes aus dem Lehrbuch vorgelesen. The teacher read something very interesting of the textbook. So the next word is Schreibtisch, school desk. Schreibtisch, well, it consists of Schreiben means write, and Tisch means table. Ich musste meinen Schreibtisch alle paar Wochen mit jemand anderem teilen. I had to share my school desk every other week with somebody else. So when I used to go to school in Germany, we actually had to rotate. So we are sitting next to different kinds of people and get to know the class. So the next word is Tafel, blackboard. I hated when the teacher would call me out and I had to go to the blackboard and do some math or something, and I was just like so embarrassed, and I would never raise my hand when the teacher said, okay, who wants to go to the blackboard? Ja, ich habe es gehasst, wenn ich an die Tafel musste. I hated it when I had to go in front of the class and write on the blackboard. Fruits. I love fruits. Apfel, apple. Yes, so in Germany there's a lot of apple fields, and you can go apple picking. Einer meiner Lieblingsfrüchte ist der Apfel oder die Äpfel. Yes, so one of my favorite fruits is the apple. Himbeere, raspberry. Yes, in Germany it just grows everywhere, even in our garden, and so it was very, very yummy. Ja, also meine Mutter hat sehr gerne Himbeermarmelade gemacht. Yeah, my mom used to make a lot of raspberry marmalade. Pfirsich, peach, is one of my favorite fruits too, especially the Japanese one. I do have to say they are one of the best. Yes, der japanische Pfirsich ist einer der berühmtesten und teuersten auf der Welt. The Japanese peach is one of the most famous and expensive one actually in the world. Kirsche, cherry. Where I used to live, now it sounds like I live like on the fields, but there was actually another cherry field. But it was so good and yummy, and they're so big. Die Kirsche ist einer meiner Lieblingsfrüchte. Und yeah, the cherry is one of my favorite fruits as well. Traube, grape. In Germany there's like a lot of those little grapes, and they're not that big. I guess it's because where I live, it's Rheinland, it's Bonn, Cologne. There's a lot of grape fields to make like wine. In Deutschland gibt es weiße und rote oder beziehungsweise dunkle Trauben. In Germany there's white grapes, and most common like the dark grapes to make wine. Hobbies. That's a good one. Yes, let's start. Briefmarken sammeln. Collect stamps. I actually did that a long time. Actually for a few years, and I was really into it, and I was really clean and neat about my stamps, and they need to be really perfectly in order, and I was very proud of my stamps, and I was like imagining to become like really rich once. Ja, so als Kind habe ich gerne Briefmarken aus verschiedenen Ländern gesammelt. As a child, I collected stamps from different countries and would order them after country. And yes, so I was really into it. And I still have them, actually. Schach spielen, play chess. You know, sometimes I watch TV and this is like hard. I mean, there's like competitions and I've never played it. So it's interesting to watch. But ich habe noch nie Schach gespielt. I never played chess. These are like really good hobbies. Tanzen, dance, yes. Well, I love to dance too, and either to go out or with friends and dance. When I was younger, actually my parents forced me to learn how to dance, like waltzer and all this classical dance, so I had to do that, I remember. And I didn't have that much fun actually, but I had to. Ja, ich gehe gerne mit meinen Freundinnen tanzen. I like to go out with my friends dancing. Ein Musikinstrument spielen, play a musical instrument. Als Kind habe ich auch ein Musikinstrument gespielt, und zwar Klavier. Yes, as a child, I actually learned a few musical instruments. One was the piano, the guitar. So we're now getting into the modern era. Im Internet surfen, surf the internet. Yes, I do that for hours. Wenn ich im Internet surfe, dann kann das etwas länger dauern. When I'm surfing on the internet, I do that for hours and I really enjoy it.
Everyone can find 5 minutes to spare somewhere in their day. Why not use that time to learn a language? In 5 minutes, you can jump into a new lesson, vocabulary list, or grammar point. Let's look at the concept of the 5-minute rule. It's a simple idea that can help you be more successful in your language learning. In this video, you'll learn about the 5-minute rule and how it can help you master a language in the long run. Point 1. The 5-minute rule can help you put your time to better use. Have you ever caught yourself falling down a YouTube hole? Or have you ever looked up from a simple phone game and realized you've been playing for 30 minutes? Of course you have. We have all had this experience at some point. The idea with the 5-minute rule is that you take some of that time you might be spending on something not so productive and turn just 5 minutes into time you spend learning language. You can even do this on your phone with our app. Our audio and video lessons are 3 to 15 minutes long, so it's easy to spend 5 minutes on a lesson. You can also review vocabulary and phrase lists, review the word of the day, or drill words with flashcards for 5 minutes. There are a ton of ways to study. You just need to sit down for 5 minutes and do it. There's no need to stress about how to fill hours of study time. Point 2. The 5-minute rule can help you take advantage of bite-sized learning. Why is it a 5-minute rule? What's so special about this amount of time? Before we answer this question, imagine your typical day. You wake up in the morning and go to work or school. You finish in the evening and come home. You want to study, but you think about spending hours of your limited free time on learning and you lose motivation. If, however, at the end of a long day, you come home and think about spending just 5 minutes studying, it becomes much easier to motivate yourself, and you're much more likely to actually do it. Expecting yourself to spend hours of each day studying after going to work or attending school can make you burn out quickly. You might be able to keep it up for a short period of time, but for many people, the amount of pressure they put on themselves causes them to lose motivation and stop completely. 5 minutes, however, is easy to keep up with every day. You won't dread spending 5 minutes of your free time on your studies. And you'll probably find that once you start, you'll study for longer than just 5 minutes. Breaking your studies into small pieces can help you jump in whenever you feel like it. There's one simple study tool that will help you speak more of your target language. It'll help you understand entire conversations and catch every single word. It'll also help you respond in conversations. The tool is the Dialogue Study Tool. It'll help you with all of this and will help you improve your reading and writing skills. In this video, we'll look at how the Dialogue Study Tool can aid your language learning. Number 1. What is the Dialogue Study Tool? The Dialogue Study Tool is a premium study tool that you can find in every lesson. The Dialogue tool is a line-by-line breakdown of the conversations in your lessons. You get the dialogue script in the target language. You get the Romanized version, the translated script, audio pronunciations, and access to a voice recorder for each line. Number 2, why is the tool so powerful? For example, let's look at how you can use it to improve your speaking skills. When you listen to a lesson, use the dialogue to read along. As you listen, speak out loud along with the lesson. Repeat what you hear. The dialogue tool makes mastering conversations super easy. It breaks down the lesson conversations one line at a time. You can use it to make sure you understand every line, phrase, and word without getting overwhelmed. And you can also use it to perfect your speaking, reading, listening, and writing skills. If you're not sure about how to say something, you can click on the audio icon next to the line to hear it spoken by a native speaker. Then repeat out loud. You can do this as many times as you want. To perfect your pronunciation, click on the microphone icon to start recording. Record yourself saying a line and compare your pronunciation to the pronunciation of a native speaker. These tactics will get you speaking in minutes, and if you apply these to every lesson, you'll be speaking your target language in no time. But what about listening? Since the dialogue is a line-by-line breakdown of the conversation, you can listen to each line separately, as much as you want. Just click on the audio icon. You can listen again and review the script. Read along with the script so you can catch every word. This will help you understand fast, native-level conversations without missing anything. Reading is another skill to improve with the dialogue tool. As you listen to the conversation, just read along with the lesson script that's inside the lesson dialogue. If you don't know a word, click the translations that are in the dialogue. You can even read with the Romanized script to help you sound out the words. Lastly, let's talk about how it can help boost writing skills. This is a very simple, basic suggestion. Just write the dialogue down in a notebook, by hand. Just writing down the dialogue provided gives you a chance to practice using letters or words you might never have written before. This is especially true if you're studying a language that uses an alphabet or script you're unfamiliar with. Another benefit is that it gives you things to write. Instead of taking time to think about what to write, you can just write the dialogue down. The dialogue tool can support your studies in many different ways, and this makes it a powerful aid for your language learning. There might be times in your life when you need to learn something right away. Maybe you have an unexpected exam, you need to prepare for a new job, or you might be traveling for work. In situations like these, many people feel the need to try to study a lot of information in a short period of time. But can you really learn a language by cramming in all of your studying in a short period? In this video, we'll talk about how cramming works with language learning. 1. Is cramming effective? A lot of people would probably answer yes to this question based on experiences they had in school. Most of us have probably had the experience of staying up late the night before a test to cram as much information as possible. But how much of that information do you remember now? Cramming can work if you have a test tomorrow or a short-term study goal. For example, if your only goal is to pass a test or give a presentation within a few days, cramming isn't a bad idea. But it doesn't work very well if you want to remember what you studied in the long run. A great example of a better way to study is with something like our spaced repetition flashcards. One of the most effective ways to study is to review something over a period of time. Spacing out your studies is what helps you learn and retain information best. You learn something today, you come back in 2 days and review it. Then, you come back in 4 days and review it some more. In contrast, cramming is a one-time thing. You cram a lot of information in your brain, take a test, and then forget it all. But when you review, you're strengthening the synapses in your brain. Synapses are like little roads that connect the neurons in your brain. So the more you review, the stronger the connection, and the better the recall. But what if you need to learn fast? 2. An example of a cramming schedule. Let's say you're traveling for work, and you really need to learn some greetings and some basic survival phrases to make it through your trip. Time is probably not on your side. Your only option is to cram. Here's what a cram plan might look like in a case like this. Spend some time on survival lessons before going to bed. Increase the amount of time you spend with anyone you can talk to in your target language, another student or maybe an online teacher. Increase the amount of time you spend on any online language classes you're taking. Another problem related to cramming is that your study time has to come from somewhere, and that tends to come from sleep, so that's not a good thing. We don't recommend cramming, but if you have to cram, which we all do at some point, here are some ideas for how to do it. 3. Cramming learning program. Cramming might get you a lot of fast results in a short period of time, but with just a couple of one-time study sessions, it's a strategy that won't help you in the long run. If you find yourself in a situation where you absolutely have to cram, here's what you can do. First, pick the lessons that align with your goal. Focus on just what you need. If you're learning for travel, skip the other lessons and focus on our survival phrases series. If you want to learn basic conversations, look at the top 25 questions you need to know content. If you need special phrases for the bank or the post office, we have lessons for that too. And you can find lessons for all kinds of topics and scenarios in the lesson library. Second, prioritize lessons at your level more than the challenging lessons. If you're working within a limited time frame, you'll get more value for your time by doing lessons that are at your level. You can spend more time on the harder lessons later if you find you have the time. We have a vocabulary slideshow tool and a flashcard tool that you can use for quick study sessions. Both of these features quiz you on vocab and help you learn fast. Focus on mastering a few must-know lessons. It's better to know all of the dialogue from 5 lessons inside out than to run through 60 lessons and not remember anything. You can also take advantage of our lesson notes. Inside the lesson notes, you'll get the lesson dialogue, translations, explanations, sample sentences, and cultural insights. We have a printer-friendly version of the word bank too. Just click on that to create a printout. It'll give you a physical study sheet you can use to review anywhere. You can also print out PDF conversation cheat sheets and infographics. These teach you the must-know words and phrases for all kinds of topics: travel, basic conversations, talking about hobbies, airport vocab, and much more. With the infographics, you can save the images to your phone and just swipe through them for a quick review. And finally, when you're ready, do a quiz session. Even if you're low on time, a bit of review can help. After you're done with a lesson, stop and ask yourself, what was the main grammar point of the lesson? Try and explain that rule to yourself in your head, or say it out loud. Remember, we don't recommend cramming as the best method for learning a language. The key to building skills is repetition. But if you need a quick study session to learn a few key points in your target language, we have the tools to help you. When you're ready to come back and review what you've crammed, we can help you with that too. Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.